Hi guys and gals, it's Mindwiseman aka Maverick Outdoors, and as you can see I've struck up a fire on the riverbank of a River Thames island that I'm camping out for the night on. Once the fire's died down, I'm going to roast some potatoes in their jackets in some tin foil and have a midnight feast. But you might be able to see that white board I found in the bushes round the other side of this island that I'm camping on for the night. So that was quite handy because obviously it's a reflector, and just over that direction, basically it's about 2 foot away, is my basher, so it's reflecting the heat in, so it's nice and cosy and warm. It's not that actually cold, too cold tonight, but it's just making it comfortable. So I've mainly struck it up so I can have some yummy food, baked potatoes in their jackets, and so I'll most probably catch you at daylight in the morning. Okay, it's now Sunday morning, it's about midday. I had a right old lazy lie-in this morning. I was up till about 2:30, 3 o'clock, just enjoying the warmth of the fire, eating my jacket potatoes and some sweet chestnuts, and there's the remainder of the fire pit just there. But it's a really lovely sunny day, so I thought I'd have a bit of a lie-in. So I've been awake now for about half an hour, so I'm going to get up and make some breakfast. But when I'd mentioned about my sleeping bag, when I open it up and spread it over like a sort of a quilt blanket, keep the bottom end zipped up so it hooks over my boots, I'll just show you now what I mean. You can see there's the point, and the zip's still done up round there. So it sort of acts like a hood over my boots. So if I move around in the night, the sleeping bag blanket effect's not going to come off me. And of course, it's just opened either side. And normally, the dog sleeps under here. But at the moment, she's enjoying some rays of the sun. Okay, before I make some breakfast, I've just got the old sleeping bag airing over there, but it did turn quite nippy last night. So I had 4 layers on. I had a vest, a t-shirt, thin fleece, just my normal sort of day wear fleece, and then for extra measure I put this extra hooded fleece on top. But I put on the softy trousers, which as you can see, zip at the side, either side. And they're like a sort of sleeping bag material, really lightweight, so I donned those over me cargo type trousers, and it kept me nice and toasty warm once the fire had died down, the fire pit, which has been out now for, oh crumbs, since about 3 o'clock this morning. Sleeping bag packed away, softy over trousers packed away, all nice and compact. Right, while the dog's chilling and I'm heating up some water to do a bit of washing up, I'll just give you the quick whys and wherefores to the tarp setup. I disconnected my double-ended paddles where it sort of disconnects here, made a top, and then just looped it over and brought the bungee cord down, and then the other half of the paddle putting a tent peg through the hole, which is one of the fasteners, or the fastening hole that enables this end to fix onto the other paddle to obviously make it a double blade. Put that through so that this wouldn't fall down, and then just fastened it with some paracord. So those are my two uprights, and you can just see from the inside, paddle, paddle, and then to raise and get a little bit of an apex here, cut a piece of wood, and it's just sort of wedged, it's quite strong, and then it goes down to the floor, which obviously if there's any rain, there was a little bit of a shower last night, it wasn't that heavy, but at least it would have made the fall go down, because I was getting a bit of a dip in the middle of the tarp itself because of the configuration of the 4 points, the 2 corners, and then where I'm just going to show you on the tree here. So I wanted that slope going down, so if there was any rain, then at least it would have gone in one direction. And then this piece just up around here to bring that taut, and then you can just see the other side. It's similar, but I've got 2 bungee cords that go round the tree and then loop into the or loop around the tree and then connect into the loop on the corner of the tarp there. Tree, I checked it out. I wouldn't normally want to sort of be under a tree like this, but I sort of checked it out and gave it a bit of a tug around, went up it a bit just to make sure it was okay, and no deadwood. Canoe on its side, just camo netted it. So from a distance, I'm sort of not that obvious of being here really. As I say, I just like to sort of blend in with the environment. Bit of camo netting on the outside there. And so that's that fastening. And oh, just have a look at the canoe, just along there. But I'd recce'd this the other week on the previous video that might have already seen when I first recce'd these islands. And this one sort of goes all the way around here, and the River Thames sort of goes all the way around it and comes back to here. So I'm right in the middle. And I decided actually to pitch here because although it was getting a little bit breezy, the wind was mainly cutting sort of across here. So this bit wasn't so much, was actually quite enclosed away from the breeze. Plus as well, first thing in the morning I knew I'd get the sun. Although I prefer to sort of pitch my site more in the bush. But I thought, well, I'm just here for one night, and as you can see, we've got an aeroplane going over. There's a lot of old Second World War aircraft that have been flying around today, quite interesting to watch. But as you can see, this is sort of south facing, so the sun would have risen up here, and I'd have got the warmth straight over, which I started to actually get in the first thing in the morning, and it came across, not too much shading from the trees. And then by about midday, the sun was up there. There's a launch going by. So I'm going to tidy up my fire pit in a little while. The water's now boiling to do some washing up. So I'll sign off now and I'll catch you in a moment. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tidy up my fire pit. It wasn't that big, as you can see, mainly because I knew I was only going to cook on it once, and then just to sort of have a bit of warmth last night during the night till about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. And the amount of wood I collected as well was, majority of it was all basically dead wood and dying off stuff, so that catered for it, and I'd actually had all the wood collected here. All around this space. But all the ashes are totally extinguished. I've doused it with water. It's been like this now since early morning. So what I'm going to do now is mix the ash with some leaves. Just mix that up. And what I'm going to do is mix some more leaves with that and then just spread it all over the ground. So it just goes back into the earth, and then I'm going to put the soil back, cover it back in, and then put all the leaves over, LNT, leave no trace. Okay, that's where I was, LNT, leave no trace. Just briefly, before I set off, the majority of the weight obviously is going to be in the back end because where I sit, but the front end, to try and balance it out, considering I didn't actually bring my gravity water feed treatment bag with me yesterday, I just brought about, I think it's about 7 litres of water, which was a bit of a weight to carry, but of course I wasn't trekking, so it didn't matter. It went in the canoe. So it was in there with my Trangia stove, all my food, so that bag must have weighed about, I don't know, about 12-15 kilos, with the inflatable pump that's rolled up in a bag and the bit of tarp there and what have you, so the heavier stuff here, and then of course the dog's there. So to sort of balance it out, otherwise what will tend to happen is the stern will come back down and you'll have a bit of a tilt up, and of course the bow of the canoe will be a little bit unbalanced. So sort of trying to distribute the weight all the way along. I'm going to now make a move. Right, there's the island that I was on, so thanks for joining me, and I'll catch up with you again soon.